The Krampus. In 1975, Logan lived with his entire family in the city of Bologna, Italy. It was Christmas time. The whole city was decorating and getting ready for Christmas celebrations. Logan was also decorating his house in preparations for Christmas. He was putting bright lights on the roof of the house when his 10-year-old son Johnny and 12-year-old daughter Mia came running out of the house and started running around the ladder on which Logan was standing. Logan started to lose his balance.
Stop it! Don't be naughty. Someone could get hurt.
Ignoring Logan, Mia and Johnny started to chase each other. Johnny pushed Mia, and Mia fell on the ladder. Logan lost his balance and fell off the ladder. Johnny and Mia laughed and clapped their hands as their father fell to the ground.
Haha! Dad fell! Ooh, how funny! Dad fell!
Hearing the commotion, Logan's wife Helen came out and scolded Mia and Johnny.
Guys, how many times have I told you not to be so naughty? Look what you guys did!
As Helen scolded Mia and Johnny, they looked at each other and then started to tease Helen with funny faces.
How dare you two! I'm going to lock you in the attic. Then Krampus will come and he will punish you both.
This was the first time Johnny and Mia had heard Krampus's name. They were surprised.
Who is Krampus, Mommy?
Logan stood up from the ground, cleaned his clothes, and started telling them about the Krampus.
Krampus looks like a terrible, demonic, and dreaded animal. He roams around the city during Christmas, and if he sees a child being naughty, he punishes that child. And if the child is really bad, he will take the child away with him.
Mia and Johnny looked at each other and broke out in laughter.
Dad, you just made that up so we wouldn't be naughty, right? It was a good story, but our pranks are not going to stop. Right, Johnny? That's right, sister. We will be even more naughty.
Johnny removed the blanket lying on the couch and started jumping on it. Helen and Logan were very upset with the children. The children kept being rowdy all day. It was Christmas Eve, and the whole city was celebrating. A child was hiding by the road as a woman was passing through, carrying a lot of packages. As she approached the child frightened her, and she collapsed with all her boxes. The child clapped and laughed and ran away. A strange, giant animal was watching all of this. His eyes turned red with anger. The child came to a field while running and started playing with some stones lying on the ground. He saw a shadow in front of him. He raised his head toward the figure and started trembling. The stones fell from his hand. He started running away, but fell to the ground. Krampus was standing in front of him. Krampus sharpened his fingernails and grabbed the child's shoulder and pressed it. The child screamed out loud, and Krampus disappeared. At home, Logan was scolding Johnny and Mia.
How many times have I told you, Johnny? Why do you cause such mischief?
I didn't do anything, Dad. Sis broke the glass. No, Dad, he's lying. He's the one who broke the glass.
Enough. I've had it with you two.
Logan grabbed them both and took them to the attic.
Now you guys are grounded and you can't leave this room, understand?
Dad, don't tell Krampus you did his job for him.
Krampus will punish both of you now.
Logan closed the door and went away. Mia and Johnny looked at each other angrily.
This is all your fault. You broke the glass and Dad locked me in with you. You scared me, so the glass fell from my hand, got it?
Johnny angrily pulled Mia's hair.
Ow! Okay, fine, I got it.
They both started fighting. Krampus looked at Logan's house. Johnny and Mia were fighting, and he could see it in his mind's eye. He ran towards Logan's house and started to climb the wall. He peered through the window and saw that Johnny and Mia were fighting with each other. His eyes turned red, and he disappeared, then reappeared directly in the room. Mia and Johnny looked at Krampus while fighting and became terrified.
How are you, my naughty children?
Krampus?
Yes, I am Krampus. Both of you have been very naughty. You bully everyone. You deserve punishment.
Hearing this, Mia and Johnny started crying and tried to run away. But the door was locked. They both pounded loudly on the door, begging for help.
Dad, open the door! Krampus is going to kill us! Dad, we won't do anything bad from now on, please! Let us out!
Helen and Logan were surprised to hear them pounding on the door.
These kids are so naughty. Now they are making up stories so they can come out.
They have to be punished. It's the only way they'll learn their lesson. In the room, Krampus was laughing while standing in front of the children. Both of them were shaking after seeing his huge form, his big and pointed horns, his glowing red eyes. He had white hair all over his body. He came closer to Mia and Johnny.
Forgive us, Krampus. We will never do any mischief from now on.
I don't forgive. I only give punishment. That way, no naughty children will be left on this earth.
Mia tried running away, but Krampus formed a cage around Mia and imprisoned her inside it. There were thorns in the cage. As soon as Mia grabbed the bars, her hands were pierced by the thorns, and blood started coming from her hands.
Please, let my sister go!
Krampus grabbed Johnny and hung him upside down by his feet. Johnny started crying while hanging upside down. Krampus brought him closer to his face. He lengthened his tail and tied Johnny up and started jumping. Johnny, who was tied to the tail, started swinging in the air and started breathing faster and faster. He was crying badly. Krampus stopped suddenly, stuck out his tongue, and started licking Johnny's face.
Are you having fun, kid?
Johnny fainted with fear. His body suffered many injuries. On the other side of the room, Mia was crying in the cage.
If either of you ever think being naughty again, I will take both of you with me. Understand?
Yes, forgive us!
Krampus broke the window, jumped out of it, ran away, and disappeared. Helen and Logan opened the room door, and they were shocked. Johnny was lying wounded on the ground, while Mia was shivering in the corner. Johnny! Mia! Who did all this? Mia said, trembling.
Krampus did this, Mummy. He will kill us. He will come again. He will take both of us. He said that he will come again.
Logan and Helen looked at each other in surprise. Both of them had just heard stories of Krampus, but had never seen anything like this before. Johnny and Mia were never naughty again after that night. They both lived in the same room and spent the whole day sitting in one place. Logan and Helen tried very hard to make them forget about that day. But Mia and Johnny could never forget the day they were visited by the Krampus. The end.